Hey, yo, check it out. Let's get real for a second. If you're starting Instagram in 2026, right? And let's say you got 0 followers, your problem is not the algorithm. Your problem is not that Instagram is saturated. And it's definitely not because you're late to the party. Most people fail on Instagram because they're playing the wrong game from day one. Now, today, I'm going to step into my comfort zone and out of your comfort zone, and I'm going to show you how to grow from 0 the smart way without chasing the trends, without dancing for views, and without posting every single day. Because trust me, if you're not disciplined enough to do that, you're not going to be successful. Hey, yo, what's good, man? What's good? If we haven't met yet, my name is Anthony Porter, and I'm the host of Podcast for Profits, where we help creators turn conversations into currency. Now, this video is for podcasters who are starting from scratch, coaches and creators who want to build their authority, and anyone who has clients with no clout. So if you fit that category, you in. And if you don't fit that category, you think you fit that category, you still in. But by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, repeatable system to grow on Instagram in 2026. Now, even if nobody knows your name yet, we ain't gonna let you just go out there with the fluffiness, the hacks, the tracks, the whatever they want to call it. We don't do fluff. We don't do hacks. We just give you the straight strategies for real, raw, and uncut pause. You know what I'm saying? So, without no further ado, let's talk about it, man. We got to talk about a few things. So here's why most people lose on Instagram. See, most folk out here today think that growth comes from posting more content or copying those viral trends, chasing reach instead of being relevant. So they post, and they keep posting, and nothing happens because attention without direction doesn't convert, man. You can't keep sitting there posting and thinking, I'm gonna get to this point and everything's gonna be copacetic. It's not. So your attention with no direction doesn't convert for you, right? So Instagram doesn't reward volume anymore. So we working on this algorithm. It rewards clarity, it rewards consistency, and it rewards connections. All right. So that's the 3 C's. And I'm gonna talk about the 3 C's in a later video. But those are the 3 C's that Instagram are rewarding right now. Clarity, consistency, and connections. If you don't know who you're for and what problem you solve, the algorithm can't help your ass out. All right. So let's talk about the framework. How to grow from 0 in 2026. Now, I know you standing there and you wonder, how can I do that? Like, basically, if you're starting over, this is where you need to be doing. All right. So this is the exact framework I want you to follow moving forward to help you get out of your shell. Now, again, we are not going to just give you the fluff because that's not what it is. So what you need to do is you need to understand this. So growing, you need to pick one lane or you're going to lose. All right, pick one lane. And a lot of people don't understand that even though you have a multitude of adjustments or a multitude of titles, you just need to pick one. So if your bio on Instagram says podcaster, coach, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, I was going to say spooker, a motivational speaker, you've already lost. See, in 2026, Instagram rewards specific instead of I help everyone. You need to either you helping podcasters turn their content into clients, you got one audience, you got one problem, you got one promise, and really the clarity is the new growth hack. So just keep it a buck. You can't go in here and try to be for everyone. Be for one specific person. Now, as you start to grow, you can add those other titles and start to branch out. But stick to the one, okay? So let's just stick to the one. Now, also, moving forward with that, you got to be able to build content buckets that make sense. So that's basically step number 2 in this process. You don't need 30 ideas a day. That's not what you need. You need 3 content buckets. So when you're talking content buckets, you got to have a formula. Everything has a formula or the algorithm's going to just kick you out. So you got to have problem awareness. You have to call out the pain your audience is already feeling. You can't sit back and not be able to understand or make content if you don't know what the people that you're trying to help are hurting about. So most people don't understand. And here's an example that you need to truly follow. Your podcast isn't growing because no one knows why you exist. We're calling you out on that. All right. So if they don't know who you are, how can your podcast grow? You have no presence. So that leads us into the next step. The next step is you got to have authority and you got to have some education and you got to teach simple frameworks. You got to break down mistakes, show them a better way. Some people get on here and they talk, and when they talk, they don't give you the frameworks to help you go from point A to point B to point C. They don't break down the mistakes that have happened so you don't make those same mistakes. And then you got to be able to show them a faster, smarter way in order for them to be more successful. See, what you fail to realize is this is a transformation. This is not about you. This is about them. So you got to be able to put them into a situation that they feel like, I'm going to transform a lot faster and then I'm going to be okay. Now, you got to give them the trust in the story, the journey, client wins and lessons learned from your struggles, which we call the lessons learned the hard way. All right. And then you got to be able to do this. All right. Because that's about it. But you got to rotate those 3 and you would never run out of content ever again. All right. Y'all follow me? All right. Let's get into step number 3. Step number 3, you got to be able to do this. Simple. Optimize for saves, not likes, because likes are cheap. All right. Saves are the signals. In Instagram in 2026, push content that people will save and share. So basically, like I go to my Instagram account. All right. So when I go to my Instagram account, if I see something that I need or something that perks or speaks to me and piques my attention and it makes me want to just pull it out of the air, I hit the save button. So then I can go back, because some of the content that is so inspiring, if you don't save it, you're going to miss out on an opportunity for you to better yourself on Instagram. You understand what I'm saying? All right, cool. So ask yourself, will someone come back to this? When you're making your content, ask yourself, will somebody come back to this? Now, we're not talking about dance craves. Even though you can dance, but when you're dancing, make sure you got something educational instead of you just sitting there popping and doing all of this. Now, you can get paid to do all of that, but everybody's doing that. All right, so be smart. You're a podcaster, you can dance, but we still got to teach people how to monetize. And that's what we do. We teach you how to monetize. Hey, anybody can tell you how to start a podcast. Anybody can tell you to grab a microphone and do this and do that, but you got to be able to monetize all of the information that you're putting out there. Your word is your value. All right, so ask this question along with the first question. Then remember saying the first question was, will somebody come back to this? Now, think about this. You want to make content for 30 days, so ask this question. Is this useful in 30 days? The content that you're making, can it be used 30, 60, 90 days down the line? You have to be able to answer that question. All right, so you got to have this right here, like some of the things that will help you out. Reels with checklists. All right, you got to be able to show some frameworks. Talk about some frameworks in your reels. All right, steal this energy. These are things that get people's blood flowing, get their mojo going. All right, always win. If your content doesn't help someone do something, it won't travel. So we got to understand that if your content won't help somebody do something, it won't travel. Now, step 4, let's talk about this. Treat your bio like it's your landing page. This one is so important. Now, I used to shoot videos and talk about this all the time. All right, your bio has one job. That's to get the right person to take the next step. You need who it's for. You need what you help them do. All right. And then last but not least, one clear call to action. When people go on your Instagram page, they're on your Instagram page and your bio is the first line of defense. It's like playing basketball. It's like playing football. It's like playing chess. It's like going on these dating apps. When they read your bio, that determines whether they want to go out with you or put you in the friend zone. This is the first line of defense. This is where you show if you are that go-to person, how you're going to help them, and then lead them into the next step. I look at so many Instagram bios, and their bios are just bland. Devron from Acapulco, and that's it. But Devron wants me to follow him. Why should I follow you? What is it that you do, Devron, that helps me out? And I don't know no Devron, so I don't want nobody to have their name Devron and be like, he's talking about me. I'm really not, because I don't have a Devron. All right, now, here's another thing that throws people off and will throw your whole vibe off, man. Not 5 links, not a life story. Make it simple, make it clear, make it focused, because attention without direction is wasted traffic. You know, one of the main things that burns me up is when I read somebody's bio and they got 20 different links. Click on the link and go to this link and do this link and do that link. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. Can't do that. So that's what you got to look out for. You got to be able to make one link. Don't give out your life story. Make it simple, make it clear, and keep it focused. All right? Because attention without direction is wasted traffic. And then one of the main things is, and because we're going to talk about this with step 5, all right? DM versus feed in 2026. Now, this is where the real game has really taken off to another level. And this is where a lot of people miss. Growth doesn't happen in the feed. The relationship happens in the DMs. And I'm not talking about jumping a DM and talking about, hey, baby. No. Relationship happens in the DM. So your content starts with a DM. And so that DM is that conversation. So just think about it. You got a great reel. You think you done did awesome, but you ain't telling them what they need to do. So here's the thing. Comment podcast, and I'll send you the exact framework that got me to this point. What are you doing? You have started a conversation. You've got engagement, and you're giving out some value that's going to make you be what? The authority figure. And once you become the authority figure, what does that do? That helps you build trust. And when you start building trust, you're starting to build your tribe. Once your tribe is built, they become your biggest advocates. They gonna talk for you. They gonna ride for you. Here's the thing a lot of people don't understand. Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. These are some of the most influential women in the music industry. They all have their own little following. All right? Rihanna's in the same boat. They all have their following. Talk about one of them and they come for you. All right? Talk about one of them and they come. You can't talk bad about the Beehive, the Swifties, the Barbs. You just can't. It's not going to happen. All right? So, so this starts another chain of conversation, because now you're starting to build this trust with these people, right? And like I said, they become your tribe. And when they become your tribe, they get into it. They get out here. They start talking for you. Real quick, before I get out of here, I want to tell y'all this real quick story. Like, so Beyonce came into my city. See, I'm based in Louisville, right? So Beyonce came into my city. Now, I wasn't going to the concert. I'm an introvert, so I really don't, it's hard for me I have to adjust to things, okay? And adjusting to large crowds, I feel like I can't control things, but that's neither here nor there. I'm watching the news. iPad is such a beautiful thing, because I'm watching the news, I'm watching YouTube Live TV, and the news is covering the Beyonce show. I'm literally looking at about 5 different people. Somebody's from Texas, somebody's from Florida, somebody was from Ontario, Canada. Somebody came over from Joliet, England. And then there was a couple of people, they was in a group, they was from Australia. And now what's going on in the industry, and I hate to say that, I don't hate to say it, but the industry, some of the artists are taking back their own direction. They have apps. If you're on Instagram and they drop a snippet, here's what they tell you. DM me the word clients, or DM me the word music. And when you hit them with that, they say, hey man, DM me the word clients if this hits home. Now, Instagram is no longer just for you posting your pictures on your platform. It's a conversation engine, and conversations convert. So please believe me when I tell you that. Now, one of the things you got to understand is you got to have that mindset. Here's the shift I need you to make. Instagram isn't about going viral. It's about becoming valuable. Your job isn't to entertain everyone. Your job is to earn trust with the right people. Every part is a conversation starter. Every DM is a relationship being built. Every relationship is potential income. That's how you turn conversations into currency. Now, here's what I need you to do. I need you to take a couple action steps for me. See, overheard Profits for Podcast for Profits TV, working with Podcast for Profits, we want you to be able to take the actions. We want you to be able to do, because if you don't do it, if you don't take action, you don't succeed. All right, so let me make this practical for you. Here's what I want you to do today. Rewrite your bio using one clear promise. That's it. Because we building the business and we're going to use Instagram to do it. I redid mine today, and so we need you to redo yours. All right? So Pick your 3 content buckets and write 5 ideas about it, each one of them. Post 1 piece of valuable content and invite conversation in the DMs and the comments of your reels or your stories. That's it. Momentum beats perfection every single time. Remember, we talk consistency, content, everything in that particular bucket will beat what we just talked about. All right? Momentum beats perfection. If you got content, you're consistent, you're going to shine. If you're ready to turn your conversations into currency, make sure you grab the Client Generated Podcast blueprint in the description below. I'm going to leave it down there for you. And guess what? It's free. It is so free. It's free for the free. We get that free for the low. All right? And check this out. I'm going to see y'all in the next video because it's always about being super smart, being productive, and being ready to grow on Instagram in 2026, man. I thank y'all, man. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.